Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. You've got a couple people in the room waiting for a couple of others to join us. And we're here at Clean Locs with the incomparable and wonderful and spiritual and just overall lovely human, Miss Soulsis Aiesha. Welcome. How are you today?
In this moment, I'm feeling enriched.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to come over there and join you.
Wonderful. How are you doing today, Lisa?
I'm pretty good. I can't complain. It's really, really freezing here in Toronto today. Mm-hmm. But, that's Canada.
Yeah.
That's what happens. But, anyone who's tuned into Tiny Salon concerts before knows that we usually do this during the retwisting session. Mm-hmm. But Miss Aiesha is getting her Get the Gun Coat package done, right? And we're going to make her hair look fantastical. It's going to go over the course of a few weeks. And we'll be sure to check in with you and let you know about her updates and such. So let's chat about you for a little bit. You have this little contraption here.
I do.
What do we have here?
I do. So this is a looper. This is the RC202. And this is incredible. I mean, I'm not doing paid advertising for them. I just really love this tool. This is an amazing device. And what I really enjoy about using my looper is that I can experiment with different soundscapes, creating different textures, and it's almost a way to paint with your voice, and that's what I enjoy doing. And it's
awesome.
Really about the emotion that comes through with the music.
Yeah. So talk to me about soundscapes, because this is not the first time that I've heard you use this term.
Yeah.
Right? So what does that mean, or what does that mean to you?
So a soundscape, think of a landscape, right? And you have your different textures, you have different shapes, you have your shadows, you have the light, you have all of the different components that make up that image. Mm-hmm. And you can do the exact same thing with sound.
Okay.
With sound. I could actually do a little bit of that right now, so...
Yeah, bless us.
I'll start with the beat. In fact, I'm going to redo that. So one of the things with looping, gotta have the rhythm on point. So we'll do it again. So that rhythm that's on point, right? So think of that rhythm almost as being maybe the mountains in your landscape, right? The mountains, and they're that solid foundation, a solid space for you to build the rest of the landscape. So if you can imagine any colors, all of the shades of the mountains. And then I'll add a little bit of the bass. with any landscape, you could always paint over certain parts. So if it's not giving you what you want, you can paint over. Right? So just like with the bass, I'm gonna redo it. And also sometimes the device doesn't work completely as planned, which is okay. Because that's how life works. And also sometimes the device and so with our landscape, we just play. We play with it. Here we go again. So imagine that is another layer of the landscape. Maybe the trees. Got some trees going on here. And there's different textures to the trees, so there might be a little bit of this. So add your colors, add your shapes, add your sounds, different sounds. And then you can of course add additional textures. So whatever landscape you want to create, you can create with sound.
That was so dope. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What was kind of like the catalyst for you where you felt like you wanted to sing? Has this been something that's been like happening your whole life? Has it been something that started when you were a kid? Did you jump into it as an adult?
It's such a good question. So I actually grew up being painfully shy, as in I barely spoke.
Okay.
And I used poetry at the time as an outlet for me. Poetry was a way that I could express myself and I could process a lot of emotions through poetry. And I've always been a music lover, for sure. I think I am very, very grateful that I got to listen to some amazing musicians as a child, like Nina Simone is my favorite. And I realized I could put the poetry to music. And in order for me to put the poetry to music, I felt as though I need to learn an instrument. So I started with the guitar. That was my first instrument. I taught myself how to play the guitar, and I was with the intention of, being able to create songs, create, a more musical expression of what was going on inside. I didn't intend for it to be something that I'd share with other people. It was just for me, really. And it took years, many, many, many years before I was willing to share that with other people.
How long did it take you to learn the guitar? Before you felt like you were good? Before you could tell people, I know how to play the guitar. Like, how long did it take till you got to that point?
Took many, many years. And to be completely honest with you, to this day, I actually will tell people I'm not that skilled at the guitar. I'm not as skilled as I would like to be. And in order for me to get to that level, I would love to, really hone that skill. I think I started to focus a little bit more on using the looper to create my soundscapes because I could go anywhere with it. Whereas with the guitar, my limitation is the number of chords that I know.
Right.
And so I know enough chords on the guitar to be able to write songs and to be able to play very basic chords, but the looper I think gave me the ability to extend that and expand that. But yeah, I'd say the purpose for me of learning the guitar was specifically so that I'd be able to, create these songs, which I was able to do, and it was so helpful.
I'm curious because poetry, in my opinion, is like the foundation for any type of music writing, whether you're writing songs or you're writing raps. A lot of people will say that rapping is literally just poetry to music.
Yeah.
Do you rap, Aiesha?
I do. You knew that.
How do you feel like was there like a transition period where, because you started out doing poetry,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So did you feel like there was a transition point, or are these two things always kind of like equated, or do you think they're completely different?
Yeah, that's such a good question. I think for me, rapping was a way for me to up-level my confidence. Yeah, so when I decided I would start sharing my singing with other people, that was me really stepping out of my comfort zone. Trust me when I say I didn't quote-unquote want to do it. It's something that I was called to do.
Okay.
I was called to do, and I answered the call. And it was terrifying, but, I kept going and I kept doing it, and I was rewarded every single time with a little bit more confidence. And then with rapping, I was like, this is going to take the confidence level to another area, because it completely does. Because when I'm rapping, I feel like I embody like a boss. You know what I mean? Like that's I think how it ends up manifesting for me. And so it's such a wonderful tool, and I freestyle, so it's less about making everything quote unquote make sense and more about the flow. It's more about like staying present in the flow, and being a little bit playful with it as well. So yeah, as you've seen,
would it be safe to say that your approach to rapping would be more similar to like say like a drum circle, like in the sense of like the beat is kind of like carrying, but like it also carries, like something, like what did that calling feel like to you? I know you mentioned that you said that you were terrified, but like how did you know that it was a calling versus like a decision, this is something I want to do?
Yeah, well, I'd say for me, when I'm called to do something, I can sense it in my body. I really I connect a lot to my internal rhythms, my body's internal rhythms, and when I'm being pulled to something, it's very, very evident because I can feel the pull in my body. Yeah, so I've tried to ignore those callings, and normally what will happen is I'll continue to receive more and more callings, and it's something where I at some point I need to trust my intuition. Once I started to trust my intuition, which this is what I'm talking about when I'm speaking about that pull, which I do believe everyone has some form of internal guidance, and when I started to trust my intuition, I realized, oh wow, it really is accurate. It is so accurate.
Absolutely.
It really is.
It's literally never wrong.
It's never wrong.
Like ever.
Never.
And you'll psych yourself out thinking that you can kind of like outsmart your intuition, and then you end up exactly where the intuition told you were going to be anyway.
Exactly.
It doesn't, it's infallible.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those, and it's so crazy because so many people don't follow their intuition And the part about that I think is crazy is that nobody else hears it.
Yeah.
Nobody else hears it except you.
Yes.
So why are we so scared?
That's so true.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like you're going to think it and, like, the person next to you is going to hear,
Mm.
you know, what you're thinking or how you feel about a thing or what your inner self is, like, guiding you to do.
Yes.
I just find that a really fascinating kind of, like, fact, you know? The fact that it's, like, so in us, but yet outside of us.
Yes.
You know, like, we kind of have to, like, literally tap into it. You know? Yeah, that's really interesting to me. So when you're rapping, do you always freestyle or do you ever write?
I have written.
And when you write, do you lead your writing with the same intuition that you lead your freestyling with?
Yeah, I would say so. So when I write, and I'll use an example of a song that I wrote called Brink of Change. So the lyrics for that particular song, they came from a place, actually I wrote it I think in 2020. And so, and the concept of the song is about embracing change, celebrating change, because change is so natural, right?
Yeah.
We see change in nature, so embracing our natural rhythms and embracing the beauty of change. And then the rap part is very much me honoring my mom, the memory of my mother.
Okay.
And essentially bringing her into the song, and really bringing all of my ancestors into the song to carry that message forward of, you know, change is inevitable, and how can I embrace it? How can I, you know, attune to the changes that are happening in my life, the changes happening around me, and to move with them, and to also do the best that I can to honor those who've come before me, who've allowed me to be here. So it comes from, like, I think that the rap, although it's slightly different from the main song, but it adds to it in a really powerful way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something and I totally just forgot. What was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you, it'll come back to me.
Yeah. Oh, good.
But do you think that maybe we could hear a little rap?
Sure.
Do you want to share that song, or do you want to just hit something off the top for us?
Sure. Well, yeah. How about I do that rap?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Soulsis Aiesha, everybody.
And yeah, I'll bring in the song itself. Why not? And I'll just do it a cappella.
Excellent.
I see a vision so clear. Don't need permission. It's already. Change is on the horizon. I can feel it rising, and nothing can stop us now. Nothing. We're on the brink of change, entering a new age, leaving the past behind. We're on the brink of change, turning a new page, moving with the times. We're on the brink of change, entering a new phase, leaving the past behind. We're on the brink of change, turning a new page. We are free at last. Every morning when I wake up, I envision the kind of life that I will be living. Before I get out of my bed, I lay there and I listen to the voice of my still beating heart. It's a given that I can make a change if I am willing to remember that my path is different. I'm not waiting for permission. I just trust my intuition, and the mission I've been given is the reason I'm so driven, because I'm making a decision that I will honor my mother's memory by being the best version of me that I can be. Inevitably, sometimes it gets hard and I want to stop, but I cannot. I gotta keep going until I drop. So if you have a vision, try to let it breathe and turn that light inside your mind into a melody, creating all the love that we want to see until it flows universally. We're on the brink of change, entering a new phase, leaving the past behind. We're on the brink of change, entering a new age, moving with the times. We're on the brink of change, entering a new age, letting go of the past. We're on the brink of change, turning a new page. We are free at last. Oh, free at last. Free at last. Free at last. Free at last. We're on the brink of change.
Amazing.
As you get the steaming cap on.
Right? So speaking of change,
Yeah.
if anyone's been here before, you know that Clean Locs is the first steam-based lock salon in Canada. And I built my steamer over a decade ago, and I have never found another like steam type product that really did the same work that I do in my original steamer. And clients always tell me that they prefer the original steamer, but we have something new. So you don't even have to sit and lay down with the sink anymore, right? We're just gonna connect you right here.
This looks like it could be a time machine.
Right? Who knows where she'll go?
Who knows? It's quite the contraption. I have to tell you, the first time I came here, I mean, I really didn't know what to expect, but I knew that this was a journey I wanted to walk down. And it's been really marvelous to connect with you. And so, I don't know if folks know, but I think the first time that I came, like, we were already singing together. And
it's so true.
Yeah.
It just happened so naturally and organically. Mm-hmm. And I'm really so happy that I met Aiesha, to be quite honest. She's even helped me with my own musical journey. I don't know if she's aware of that or not.
I appreciate that. And it's always been really special, you know, the jams that we've had here. So I'd love to hear from you, Naya. Like, tell us a little bit about your journey.
Girl, you can't be interviewing me as my interview. Well, actually, me and Aiesha wrote a really, really nice song. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And actually, this would be something interesting that we can talk about. So let's talk about, like, the differences with artists.
Yes.
So me and Aiesha attempted to write a song together, and we had a little bit of, I wouldn't say it's a clash, but we definitely have a different approach to how we look at our art.
Yes.
And I was happy to be given an opportunity to fall back a little bit, slow it down a little bit, be a little bit more intentional. Although I feel like when I'm writing, I am intentional. Aiesha showed me a different way to do this. I write very quickly, and I like to be finished very quickly. Maybe this is the ADD, I don't know. But Aiesha was like, no, we need to let it sit. We need to let it simmer. We need to, like, get into the zhuzh, into the vibes, and, like, see what we can extract from that. And I was very grateful for that experience. Because I think it's really important to, like, step outside of yourself sometimes, and even though music is something that's comfortable for me, it gave me an opportunity to look at it from a different vantage point. Because I think especially as we get older, we get very set, in our ways and our approach to certain things. Especially when it comes to creativity, you cannot tell someone else how they're supposed to be creative, right? But that gave me, I think it was a really good exercise in, like, stretching my brain a little bit further, being a little bit more deliberate about word choice, and also just respecting the people that you're working with. You know what I mean? Because your way isn't the only way all the time, and just because it's not something that you're used to doesn't mean it's not something you should try.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a really great experience, and I'm very grateful for it.
Yay.
Yeah. I feel like since meeting you, I've been given the opportunity to kind of, like, flex my music, I don't know if I want to say skills, but like just that creative part of myself. You know what I mean? I got to stretch it a little bit more. I like singing and participating and performing with people.
Yes.
I like the sense of community that it brings. I like, just like how you were saying about, like, the soundscapes, I feel like collaborating with other people is like a live soundscape in terms of, like, each person is going to add, like, a different element. You know what I mean? And I much prefer that to, like, the take turn kind of vibe, okay, my go, you go. I think it's better when we're able to, feed off of each other's energy and melodies and instrumentations and rhythm patterns and all of that jazz.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the topic of jazz, so both of us have a lot of jazz influence, I've noticed, as
I think that's fair to say.
Right?
Yeah.
In a lot of our jam sessions, that would come through. It would, there's the scatting that would come through and some different layers of texture. And also, a lot of the musicians that I really love and admire, they're highly influenced by jazz as well, like Erykah Badu, like super influenced by jazz. So it's been a lot of fun to, play around with these different songs. I remember we did a remake of, what was it? Was it Erykah Badu song?
It was, not Back in the Day. It was I Want You.
I Want You, that's right.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. She actually made my dreams come true.
Yeah.
Because I've always wanted to, like, recreate that layering sound and everything. I don't know if you've ever gotten the chance to see Erykah live.
I have, yes.
Did you get her to see her when she does her whole looper and everything?
It wasn't the looper. It wasn't the looper, but she had like a beat machine.
Right, and she had the program or whatever. So good.
She's something else.
So good.
Special.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That entire album she made on GarageBand, eh?
Really?
Yeah. Apparently she like mix mastered it and everything on GarageBand.
No way.
Yeah, she was like off like somewhere in another country or something apparently.
No way.
Yeah, I thought that was like so cool. Like it kind of like humanizes, the celebrity in a way, because like she did the same shit that we do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You don't have to have a fancy studio and all of that stuff. You can just make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I loved about Erykah is when she came out, she was so chill and she had a cup of tea.
Right?
She like sips a cup of tea and the whole crowd goes wild from this woman just sipping her tea. And it was almost like we were in her living room. Like it was such a chill vibe, but her level of professionalism is...
It really is. And I think...
I got the Bluetooth on.
It should be EXM mobile, I think.
Okay. And I think you might have to press that blue button on the speaker so I can pair with this.
All right. I am actually going to let you do your thing first.
Okay.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, cool.
And then when I get back, we will jump right in.
Amazing.
So we're going to let Aiesha jump in and give us some more of her talents while she's getting steamed out. And take it away.
Steamed out. Awesome. Okay. I think I'm just gonna play around with the music and we'll see what comes from it. Because look at all this steam. This is there's steam. Steam coming out of my head.
I know, you never get to see that part, right?
Yeah, this is interesting. arrive, waiting for something to arise. I feel it inside, I can't hide. Though I've been hidden for so long, I got to sing my song. Sing it out, sing it out, sing it out. Naya, give me a word, please, and I will sing about it.
Sunshine.
Sunshine. Got sunshine in my head. I got sunshine in my mind. Even when it's cold, I bring me inside. I got sunshine in my soul. Got sunshine in my hands. And when I give love, everybody overstands. Oh, got sunshine in my head. Got sunshine in my mind. Even when it's cold, I bring the heat
Awesome. You're so good at that.
Thank you.
You're so good at the looping and like just improvising on the spot. Do you have any like influences or like people who inspired you to make music in that way?
Oh yeah. So as I mentioned, highly influenced by jazz. And you know, someone like our queen Queen Ella Fitzgerald, you know, she had that ability to play with the music. You know what I mean? It was like this beautiful dance, and she could do incredible things with her voice. And her, and you know, like for me, one of my biggest influences, as I mentioned, is Nina Simone. I'm a huge fan, and she was a crossover artist, so she did everything. So she brought in some of the jazz influences and some of the blues influences and the soul influences, and she drew from so many different areas, and she just made it her own, you know. And the way that she walked as though she was her own example of what music is. You know, like just being able to draw upon all these different influences but make it totally her own.
Dope.
Yeah.
So a lot of people tend to compare Erykah Badu and Billie Holiday.
Interesting.
In terms of like when she first came out, like there's a few videos of her floating around, I think, where people made the comparison, and she was like, I didn't even know who that was. Wild, right?
Wow.
And they were like, yeah, but you sound so much like her. Like it's uncanny that you've never actually heard her before. Do you think that you sound like anybody, or does anyone compare you to another voice often?
People often will compare me to India Arie. Yeah.
I could hear that.
That's what I get.
How do you feel about this comment?
Well, I love India Arie. I love India Arie.
What do you love most about her?
Oh my goodness, she is pure soul. Like, truly, you know, you can tell like her music is meant to be medicinal, and you can tell that she imbues it with an intentionality. Like she genuinely wants to uplift people. She wants to create music that resonates on a heart level with people, and I can feel it. And that's the thing, when you make that kind of music, people who know will know. And she makes that kind of music in such a way that, you know, I feel it, and that for me is what music is. It's about generating that feeling, you know.
Do you feel like you operate in a similar fashion?
I would like to, yes, absolutely. I strive to.
So why say that you would like to versus do you not feel like you're at that moment in your music, or? You know what it is? Tell me. It's the fact that I'm still sort of hiding, you know? I haven't fully embraced. Can we get some hearts for Aiesha? Like, she has fans and she doesn't even know. Let's get some afraid of. Yeah. Right? There's nothing to be shy about. And if anything, I think that you also showed me that. Because like we were saying earlier about like the songwriting and just kind of like thinking outside of your regular box. I feel like your approach to like freestyling is very inspiring. Yeah. And like being able to just open up yourself, you know, and take in the vibrations, you know, that are around you and like kind of move with that. Is there anyone else in your family that's musical? No one that I know of in particular, but that's another story. That's a deep story, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it must be in there somewhere. Yeah. So you had mentioned before about like your ancestors. Would you say that this is the way that your ancestors show up the most for you? Yeah, you know, yeah, absolutely. You know, I've been, over the past few years, I've been on this journey of discovery because I don't have a significant amount of, you know, connection to my heritage, to that part of my life, my lineage. And so in order to discover it, I think music has become a channel. Okay. And I can feel it, you know, moving through my body, my blood. And guaranteed, when I receive these calls to express, these calls to create, guaranteed they're probably behind that. They're probably like
They're like, they're beating the drum. They're saying, hey, you know, pay attention to this, go create, go engage in your healing journey using music as an outlet. And I forgot about that for a long time. Or maybe maybe it's not that I forgot, maybe it's that I became so afraid of being seen that I went into a cave, you know, for years, for many, many years. You know, I started to really come out of my shell, and then I went right back in. And I'd say the longer I stayed in that shell, the harder it became to come fully out. So right now, I'd say I'm in that process of emerging, like right at that beginning phase.
Okay.
So when I'm fully embracing who I am, fully embracing my confidence, I think that's when we'll see even more of that, you know, what I was talking about earlier, that when you can feel
that
it.
pull.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a very smart way to look at it, because I've always felt that, you know, there's a reason why people say feelings and emotions. They're not the same.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like emotions are the part that happen in your brain, and feelings are the part that happen in your body, you know?
Yeah.
And if you can really attune yourself to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like when those two things are aligned, you know, I think it gives you a stronger way for you to like flex your intuition, flex your discernment, you know, because if it's almost like training yourself so that you, as soon as you have the feeling, you already know the emotion that's coming, right? And then that'll give you, you know, a split second to decide, I guess, you know, how you want to move with that. Am I going to give in to this feeling, or am I going to let it pass?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When you're looking at your music in that way, how do you feel like, because eventually, I mean, not to be dark or anything, but eventually we're all going to be ancestors.
Yes.
Right?
Sure.
So, and one could even consider us living ancestors in the moment, right? So how do you think, do you think about how you being a living ancestor is going to either affect future generations or living generations? You know what I mean? Like, we always talk about how our ancestors show up for us. Like, do you have an internal inkling of like how you feel you're going to show up for your future generations?
Yeah.
Like musically.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, that's, for me, the core reason why I'm willing to come out of hiding again, to be honest. It's because I'm aware of the fact that music is medicinal, and especially if it's imbued with intentionality, right? And I do have a very strong sense of intention, and I want to make a positive impact on this world, you know? And I'm doing it. I am doing it right now. And, you know, through some of the programs that I'm creating to support people who are visionaries with bringing their projects to life, that's definitely the way that I'm making an impact, because the more people who have big hearts that are able to bring their vision to life, the better off the world will be. So
absolutely.
That's definitely part of my mission.
What do you think that your future ancestors will say about you? Like, how do you think that you'll show up in their life?
I think they'll say she was courageous.
Okay, that's a big one. That's a great one. If that's all that someone said about me, I would be totally happy with that.
Yeah.
And content.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Do you want to give us another little ditty?
Sure.
I know, I have to stop saying that. It's with a T, guys. Okay? Ditty. And Puffy just ruined this for me. So we'll just pull that back. She's going to sing a song.
Yes. Absolutely. And may I get some suggestions, actually? So if anyone's there,
sure.
I'll take some. It could be a word, it could be a phrase, and I'm gonna write them down, and I'll put together a song.
We've got, I'm just gonna pull some words out of the comments and the wave section. So let's start with first. Mission.
Ooh, Mission.
Pearl.
Pearl.
Locs.
Ooh, Locs.
Pattern.
Pattern.
Soul.
Soul.
What else do we got? Zen.
Zen.
Love.
Love.
Even though we made a personal promise to myself the other day that I'm not writing any songs about love. Not because we don't love love, but just because there's an abundance of music on this topic.
That's true.
And if we're going to try and make an impact on society musically, we should insert the things that we want to have out there, so let's put some other frequencies that we can use to lift each other up, intuition and guidance and health.
I'll put that in there.
And you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, but we don't dislike love. We're just open to other forms of it.
You say intuition and health?
Steam.
Steam, yeah.
And yoga.
And yoga.
And these are all of our words.
Okay. That's excellent. So I have first, Mission, Pearl, Locs, Pattern, Soul, Zen, Love, Intuition, Health, Steam, and Yoga. All right.
This should be interesting.
Let's do it. true, and so can you. So can you. So can you. I don't need to pretend, no, I am full of that zen flow. I don't need to pretend, I got that zen, I got that zen. Oh, I am near inside you. I know that we'll go through, bringing that health, bringing that wealth, bringing that prosperity, serenity. I tune into my intuition. Listen to my heart first, 'cause love is the mission. Getting my locks in, getting my locks in, freeing up space, free. Yeah, I'm freeing up space, free. Getting my locks steamed, getting my locks steamed, freeing up space, free, 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 free. Sometimes I need to stretch a little bit more, open up space so I have the floor, and I do a little bit of yoga. Gotta bring it over to me. I got that flow that isn't flowing. I gotta go and I will grow, and I can't stop the growth. No, it's so natural that this here flow is full of soul, full of soul. I bring my soul to an whole nother level, and it's going throughout the world. Oh, this is a treasure beyond measure. Yes, this is a pearl of wisdom, a pearl of wisdom. I trust my intuition, trust my intuition. This is a pearl of wisdom, this is a pearl of wisdom. Trust your intuition. Oh, 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 oh.
Big up Soulsis Aiesha. Thank you so much for participating in our first tiny concert series, tiny salon concert series of the year. We look forward to many more. We are aiming to do 12 concerts this year, so one a month. Nice. And you are absolutely welcome to come back anytime you like if you want to join in the fun. Do you have any last words that you'd like to say, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to say thank you so much for this invitation. This has been wonderful. This is so unique, such a unique experience. You know, I have all of the steam coming out of my...
Right?
Like, this is so unique. And it feels like a spa. It really does. Like, this truly is self-care.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to be able to sing and kind of play with music and play with the melodies, it's very special. So thank you so much for...
Oh, my absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for participating.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to get into the rest of this, I think. But I would like to thank you guys for joining us, especially for those of you who stayed with us for the entire segment. I appreciate you so much. And we will see you next month, February the 11th. And Mel Dubé is going to be joining us. And she's asked me to do a duet with her, so I might sing in that month. You are always welcome to join us when we have our jam sessions. They are free. Doesn't cost you anything except positive vibes. Bring your own mic, bring your own instrument, bring your own positivity. And yeah, thank you so much to my Clean Locs community, to my Clean Locs clique. I love you guys. And we'll see you next time.
Oh,
Thanks, Aiesha.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Aw, Clean Locs click. Aw.
Official things.
That's official. One love. Peace.